Commanding Richness, written and published by Rich Audiobooks. Every word you speak is a brick in the foundation of your financial future. When you declare something with absolute certainty, you initiate a cascade of neural and energetic events that begin reshaping your reality. This isn't mystical thinking, it's the practical application of how our brains and the universe respond to decisive language. Consider how the world's most successful people speak about their achievements before they manifest. Elon Musk declared he would send rockets to space when everyone said it was impossible. Oprah Winfrey spoke of her media empire long before she owned a network. Their words weren't wishes or hopes, they were declarations of what they knew would come to pass. They understood that speaking with certainty creates a bridge between current circumstances and desired outcomes. Lesson 1. The power of declared reality. The human brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you declare your wealth with conviction, your neural pathways begin reorganizing to support that reality. Your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters information from our sleeping, starts seeking opportunities that align with your declarations. Suddenly, you notice investment possibilities, business connections, and money-making ideas that were always there but previously invisible to you. Your declarations carry a magnetic force that attracts corresponding circumstances. When you state, "I am a money magnet," or "wealth flows to me easily," you're not merely repeating positive phrases, you're programming your subconscious mind and sending clear instructions to the universe about what you're ready to receive. This is why the wealthy often appear to have an almost supernatural ability to attract more wealth. Their declarations have created a self-fulfilling prophecy of abundance. The power of declared reality extends beyond personal psychology into the quantum field. Scientists have observed that particles behave differently when observed, suggesting that consciousness influences physical reality. Your declarations are observations of the reality you choose to create. Each time you speak with certainty about your wealth, you're collapsing quantum possibilities into your chosen outcome. This process requires more than casual positive thinking. It demands the courage to declare what others might consider impossible. When Andrew Carnegie declared his intention to become the wealthiest man in the world, he didn't have a penny to his name. His declarations were met with ridicule, yet he held firm to his spoken truth until the physical world caught up with his words. Making powerful declarations also means abandoning the language of uncertainty. Phrases like, "I hope to be," "I wish I could," or "maybe someday" must be eliminated from your vocabulary. These expressions signal doubt to both your subconscious mind and the universe. Replace them with powerful declarations: "I am," "I have," "I create." This shift might feel uncomfortable at first, like wearing clothes that seem too grand for your current situation. This discomfort is precisely where transformation begins. Start exercising your declaration power with small statements that stretch your belief, while remaining within reach of your current acceptance level. As you witness these declarations manifesting, gradually increase the magnitude of your statements. Your declaration muscle strengthens with use, allowing you to speak increasingly abundant realities into existence with growing conviction. Declarations aren't about convincing others, they're about establishing unwavering certainty in your own mind. When you declare, "I am wealthy," with the same conviction with which you state your name, you've mastered the first crucial step in commanding richness. The physical evidence of your wealth may not be immediately visible, but through the power of declared reality, you're already wealthy in the dimension where all manifestation begins, the realm of absolute certainty. Lesson 2. Language that creates prosperity. Words are more than mere symbols or sounds. They are energetic blueprints that shape our financial reality. The language we use around money carries specific frequencies that either attract or repel prosperity. Understanding and consciously selecting wealth-attracting vocabulary transforms not just our communication, but our entire financial existence. Prosperous people speak a distinctly different language about money than those who struggle financially. Where others say, "I can't afford it," wealthy people ask, "How can I make this happen?" When most people talk about paying bills, the prosperity-minded discuss managing investments. This subtle but powerful shift in vocabulary creates entirely different neural pathways, and consequently, different financial outcomes. The energetic frequency of prosperity-focused language operates at a higher vibration than scarcity-based communication. When you say, "I am abundantly supplied," versus "I hope I have enough," you're literally broadcasting different electromagnetic frequencies into the universe. These frequencies attract corresponding experiences and opportunities. The wealthy have internalized this principle, naturally speaking, in terms of expansion, growth, and multiplication, rather than limitation, struggle, or survival. Consider the common phrases used by billionaires and multimillionaires. I create value. I capitalize on opportunities. I leverage resources. I generate wealth. Notice how these expressions embody action, certainty, and creative power. They speak from a place of agency rather than dependency. This isn't coincidental. It's a deliberate linguistic choice that reinforces their role as creators and attractors of wealth. To restructure your money conversations, begin by adopting the vocabulary of prosperity. Instead of saying debt, use investment. Replace spending with allocating resources. Rather than discussing what things cost, talk about what they return. This isn't mere semantic gymnastics. It's about fundamentally shifting your relationship with money through the power of language. The daily patterns of your financial speech create your monetary reality. When you consistently speak in terms of abundance, growth, and possibility, you tune your entire being to the frequency of wealth. This means eliminating phrases like, I'll try, or maybe someday, and replacing them with I am and I create. Your words should reflect the certainty of your prosperous nature, not the uncertainty of your desires. Wealthy people also speak about money with emotional neutrality. They discuss large sums with the same calm authority as smaller amounts, understanding that all money is simply energy in motion. This emotional steadiness in financial language helps maintain clear channels for wealth to flow through. Practice speaking about significant amounts of money without attachment or anxiety, as if you're discussing the weather. Your prosperity vocabulary should extend beyond just money terms. Incorporate words that embody abundance in all areas: flourishing, thriving, expanding, multiplying, generating, actualizing. This creates a comprehensive linguistic environment of prosperity that naturally attracts greater wealth. The more you saturate your daily speech with these high-frequency terms, the more your reality begins to mirror this abundant perspective. Wealth-creating language is always present tense and declarative. I am statements hold far more manifestation power than I will or I want to. Each time you speak about your financial reality, you're either reinforcing your current circumstances or creating new ones. Choose words that align with where you're going, not where you've been. Through conscious linguistic choices, you literally speak your desired financial reality into being. Lesson 3. Speaking from identity, not hope. The fundamental shift from hoping to become wealthy to embodying wealth consciousness occurs primarily through language. When we speak from hope, we unconsciously reinforce the gap between where we are and where we want to be. Every time you say, I want to be rich, or I hope to achieve financial freedom, you're actually declaring your current state of lack. This subtle but crucial distinction shapes not only how others perceive you, but more importantly, how you perceive yourself. The wealthy don't hope for abundance, they speak from a place of already having it. This isn't about denial or pretense, it's about understanding that your identity creates your reality. When you shift your language from, I'm working on building wealth, to I am wealth in motion, you fundamentally alter the energy you project and the opportunities you attract. Your words become declarations of your current state, rather than wishes for a future one. Consider how different it feels to say, I am a magnet for abundance, versus I want to attract more money. The first statement speaks from identity, it's who you are. The second speaks from lack, it's what you don't have. This distinction isn't merely semantic, it's energetic. When you speak from identity, your nervous system aligns with that truth. Your posture changes, your tone shifts, and your decisions naturally align with those of a wealthy individual. Your financial self-concept is constantly being reinforced or reformed by the language you use in everyday conversation. When someone asks about your business, responding with, it's growing exactly as it should, carries a drastically different energy than, I'm trying to make it work. The first response comes from a place of certainty and alignment with wealth. The second betrays underlying doubt and struggle. The wealthy version of you doesn't try, they do. They don't hope, they know. The transition to speaking from wealth identity requires eliminating conditional language from your vocabulary. Phrases like, when I have money, once I achieve success, or if things work out, must be replaced with present tense declarations as a wealthy individual with my current success. now that things are working out. This isn't about denying your current financial reality, it's about speaking from the reality you're creating rather than the one you're leaving behind. Speaking from identity also means abandoning permission-seeking language. The wealthy don't say, "I think I might," or "I'm planning to maybe." They declare their intentions with certainty. "I am," "I will," and "I do" become the anchors of your communication. This directness might feel uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is merely the friction of growth as you step into your wealthy identity. The most powerful aspect of speaking from identity is that it creates immediate shifts in your decision-making. When you consistently speak as your wealthy self, you naturally begin to make choices aligned with that identity. You'll find yourself automatically avoiding language and behaviors that don't match your wealthy self-concept. The question, "What would a wealthy person say in this situation?" becomes unnecessary because you're no longer playing a role. You're speaking from authentic alignment with your abundant identity. This identity-based communication extends beyond your words to encompass your entire presence. The wealthy version of you has a certain way of carrying themselves, a particular manner of engaging with others, and a distinctive approach to discussing opportunities and challenges. By speaking consistently from this identity, you create a magnetic field of abundance that attracts corresponding experiences and opportunities. Your words are not descriptions of your reality, they are architects of it. Every time you open your mouth to speak about money, success, or opportunity, you're either reinforcing your wealthy identity or undermining it. Choose to speak from the identity of the person who already has everything you desire. Let your language reflect not who you're becoming, but who you already are at your core, a being of infinite abundance and prosperity. Lesson 4. Affirmations that move mountains. The most powerful affirmations are those that create an immediate shift in your energetic state and bypass your mind's natural resistance to change. While many people mechanically repeat positive statements without results, there exists a precise science to crafting affirmations that actually transform your financial reality. This transformation begins with understanding that effective wealth affirmations operate as commands to both your subconscious mind and the universal field of infinite possibilities. The formula for wealth-generating affirmations contains 3 critical elements: present tense declaration, emotional resonance, and absolute certainty. When you state, "I am wealthy," rather than "I will be wealthy," you collapse time and bring the experience of wealth into your current reality. This present tense framing bypasses the mind's tendency to push manifestation into some distant future. The emotional component requires you to feel the truth of your words as you speak them, creating a full-body experience of already having what you declare. Absolute certainty means eliminating any hedging language or qualifiers that suggest doubt. Your affirmations must be specific enough to create a clear image in your mind, yet universal enough to allow multiple paths to manifestation. For instance, "I effortlessly attract and maintain a net worth of $10 million, 0 cents through multiple streams of income." Provides both clarity and flexibility. The universe can then orchestrate various opportunities that align with this declaration. This balance between specificity and openness creates a powerful magnetic field that draws wealth through expected and unexpected channels. The timing and repetition of your affirmations play a crucial role in their effectiveness. The subconscious mind is most receptive during the alpha brainwave states experienced just before sleep and upon waking. Speaking your wealth affirmations during these periods accelerates their integration into your deep belief system. Additionally, affirming throughout the day, especially before important financial decisions or meetings, maintains your alignment with wealth consciousness. The key is not the number of repetitions, but the intensity of focus and feeling with which you speak them. Personalization of affirmations ensures they resonate with your unique path to wealth. Generic statements can feel inauthentic and therefore lack power. Consider your specific desired lifestyle, preferred wealth vehicles, and the impact you wish to create. An entrepreneur might affirm, "I build and sell industry-leading companies that serve millions," while an investor might declare, "I identify and maximize lucrative investment opportunities with perfect timing." Your affirmations should excite you and feel like a natural extension of your highest potential. Measuring the effectiveness of your affirmations requires attention to subtle shifts in your daily experience. Notice when you begin making decisions with greater financial confidence, when new opportunities spontaneously appear, or when your relationship with money becomes more relaxed and assured. These changes often precede physical manifestations of wealth, document synchronicities, unexpected income, and instances where your declared reality begins showing up in your external world. This evidence reinforces your faith in the process and strengthens the power of your declarations. The most profound affirmations address not just having wealth, but being wealth. They speak to your identity as a prosperous being who naturally attracts and generates abundance. Statements like, "I am the embodiment of divine prosperity," or "wealth flows through me as a force for good," transform your entire relationship with money. Through consistent practice, these higher-level affirmations reshape your self-concept until prosperity becomes your default state of being. At this point, your words carry such creative power that every statement becomes an affirmation, automatically aligning with and attracting greater wealth. Lesson 5. Aligning words with wealth frequency. Just as radio stations broadcast on specific frequencies, wealth consciousness operates on its own distinct energetic wavelength. Your words are constantly broadcasting signals that either resonate with or disrupt this prosperity frequency. Understanding and consciously aligning your language with the vibration of abundance creates a powerful attunement that naturally draws wealth toward you. When you speak, you're not just communicating ideas, you're emanating energy that ripples through the quantum field of possibility. Wealthy people instinctively operate at a linguistic frequency that matches their financial reality. They don't downplay their aspirations or couch their desires in apologetic terms. Their words carry the unmistakable resonance of someone already living in abundance. Consider how different it feels when someone says, "I can't afford that," versus, "I'm choosing to invest my money elsewhere." The first phrase vibrates at the frequency of limitation, while the second resonates with empowerment and conscious choice. This subtle shift in language creates an entirely different energetic signature that aligns more closely with wealth consciousness. The key to maintaining this alignment lies in developing an acute awareness of your verbal frequencies throughout the day. Notice when your words feel heavy, constrained, or tinged with worry about money. These are clear signals that you've temporarily dropped out of wealth frequency. Instead of judging yourself, use these moments as opportunities to consciously shift your language back into alignment with abundance. Your wealth frequency becomes stronger through consistent practice, much like building a muscle. Begin each day by setting your linguistic tone at the highest possible vibration. Speak about your financial future with certainty and joy. Describe your wealth goals as if they're already manifesting. When challenges arise, maintain language that vibrates at the level of solution rather than problem. The most powerful way to calibrate your words to wealth frequency is through what I call energetic listening. Before speaking, pause to feel the vibrational quality of what you're about to say. Does it feel expansive or contractive? Does it resonate with abundance or scarcity? This brief moment of awareness allows you to adjust your language until it matches the frequency of the prosperity you're calling in. Wealth frequency isn't about fake positivity or denying current circumstances. It's about choosing words that create an energetic bridge between your present reality and your desired financial future. When you consistently speak at the frequency of abundance, you naturally begin attracting experiences, opportunities, and resources that match that vibration. The alignment between your words and wealth consciousness must extend beyond just money conversations. Every topic you discuss carries a frequency that either supports or undermines your prosperity. Speaking with kindness, expressing gratitude, and maintaining optimistic yet grounded language all contribute to sustaining a high vibrational state that's magnetic to wealth. Through dedicated practice, you'll develop an intuitive sense of when your words are in perfect alignment with wealth frequency. You'll feel it as a resonant hum of possibility, a quiet certainty that your language is actively creating your desired financial reality. This alignment becomes your natural state, automatically attracting and amplifying prosperity in all areas of your life. Your words are powerful frequency modulators, constantly tuning your reality to specific possibilities. By consciously aligning your language with the vibration of wealth, you create a clear channel for abundance to flow into your life. Let each word you speak be a note in the symphony of prosperity you're composing, knowing that your aligned language is actively orchestrating your financial abundance. Lesson 6. Eliminating scarcity phrases. Our language carries deeply embedded patterns of lack that most of us never notice. These scarcity-based expressions have become so normalized that we unconsciously reinforce financial limitations through our daily speech. The first step in transforming your financial reality is becoming aware of these wealth-depleting patterns in your vocabulary. Consider how often you use phrases like, "I can't afford it," "That's too expensive," or "Money doesn't grow on trees." Each time you speak these words, you're programming your subconscious mind to expect and accept financial limitations. These seemingly innocent expressions act as invisible barriers, blocking the flow of abundance into your life. They are the linguistic legacy of generations who lived in scarcity consciousness, passed down through family dialogue and social conditioning. The language of lack extends beyond obvious statements about money. When you say, "I'm just," "I only," or "at least," you're diminishing your worth and setting energetic ceilings on your potential. Phrases like "making ends meet," "getting by," or "living paycheck to paycheck" reinforce a survival mentality rather than a thriving one. Even casual expressions like "it costs an arm and a leg" or "money talks" carry underlying beliefs about the difficulty or unpleasantness of wealth. Your new wealth consciousness requires a complete linguistic detox. Instead of "I can't afford it," train yourself to say, "I'm choosing to invest my money elsewhere." Replace "that's too expensive" with "that's not a priority for me right now." When you catch yourself saying "I only," shift to expressing what you do have and what you're creating. This isn't about denial or fake positivity, it's about consciously choosing language that aligns with abundance. The process of eliminating scarcity phrases often reveals deep-seated beliefs about money that need healing. You might discover that your vocabulary reflects your parents' financial struggles or society's messages about wealth being difficult to obtain. As you become more aware of these patterns, you can compassionately release them and choose new expressions that reflect your emerging prosperity consciousness. Start paying attention to the subtle ways scarcity sneaks into your speech. Notice how often you apologize for spending money or feel the need to justify your financial choices. Observe the times you diminish your achievements or downplay your desires for greater wealth. Each awareness becomes an opportunity to shift your language and, consequently, your financial reality. Your new abundance vocabulary should feel natural and authentic, not forced or artificial. When you catch yourself in scarcity speech, simply pause and rephrase. The goal isn't to pretend poverty doesn't exist or to ignore financial realities, but to speak in ways that open possibilities rather than confirm limitations. As you eliminate these wealth-repelling phrases, you'll notice your mindset shifting, your opportunities expanding, and your financial reality transforming to match your new linguistic pattern. Think of this process as clearing space in your energetic field for wealth to enter. Every time you choose an abundance-affirming phrase over a scarcity-based one, you're literally rewiring your brain's neural pathways and altering your prosperity potential. Your cleaned-up vocabulary becomes a magnet for financial opportunities, drawing to you experiences that match your new way of speaking about wealth. Language shapes reality at both conscious and subconscious levels. By methodically eliminating scarcity phrases from your vocabulary, you're doing more than changing words. You're transforming the very foundation of your relationship with money. Your refined language becomes the bridge between your current financial situation and the abundant reality you're creating through your words. Lesson 7. Conversing as the richest version of you. Your wealthiest self already exists within you, and one of the most powerful ways to bring that version forward is through intentional dialogue. The ultra-wealthy possess distinct conversational patterns that both reflect and reinforce their financial abundance. These patterns aren't merely about the words they choose, but about the underlying confidence, certainty, and authority with which they communicate. When you engage in financial discussions, notice how your current self shows up. Do you hesitate before stating your rates? Do you apologize for your prices or feel the need to justify your financial decisions? Your wealthiest self does none of these things. Instead, that version of you speaks with unwavering conviction about money matters, knowing that abundance is your natural state. Consider how the ultra-wealthy discuss investments, opportunities, and financial decisions. They speak matter-of-factly about large sums of money without emotional attachment or anxiety. They discuss millions or billions with the same ease that others might discuss hundreds. This isn't because they're disconnected from the value of money, but because they've developed a relationship with wealth that transcends emotional triggers. In professional settings, your wealthy self communicates with clarity and directness about financial matters. When negotiating, you state your terms with conviction, knowing your worth isn't up for debate. You discuss money without attachment to the outcome, understanding that abundance flows through multiple channels. This energy of certainty and detachment paradoxically attracts more opportunities and respect from others. Your personal relationships also provide opportunities to embody your wealthiest self through conversation. Rather than engaging in complaints about expenses or fears about the future, you lead discussions about abundance, opportunity, and growth. When friends or family express financial concerns, you maintain your wealth consciousness while offering perspective and wisdom, never descending into scarcity mindset to match their energy. The language of your wealthier self is also characterized by generosity and expansion. You speak easily about giving, investing, and growing wealth for the benefit of all. This isn't about bragging or showing off, but about maintaining a natural dialogue around abundance that inspires and elevates those around you. Your wealthy self understands that true prosperity multiplies when shared through empowering conversations. Building this new conversational identity requires conscious practice. Begin by observing wealthy people in your environment or through media. Notice their tone, pace, and choice of words when discussing financial matters. Pay attention to their body language and energy. Then practice incorporating these elements into your own communications, starting with low-stakes conversations and gradually expanding to more challenging scenarios. Your wealthy self maintains this elevated communication even in challenging times. When facing temporary setbacks or obstacles, your language remains anchored in abundance. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," your wealthy self might say, "I'm choosing to allocate my resources differently right now." Instead of expressing worry about markets or economy, you discuss cycles, opportunities, and strategic positioning. This isn't about pretense or inauthentic communication. It's about aligning your dialogue with the version of you that already exists in unlimited abundance. As you consistently speak from this identity, you'll notice others beginning to respond differently to you. Opportunities will present themselves more frequently. People will seek your financial wisdom and guidance. Your words will carry greater weight in business and personal interaction. Your voice is the bridge between your current financial reality and the wealth you're stepping into. Each conversation is an opportunity to strengthen that bridge, to make it more solid and real. Through conscious dialogue choices, you're not just talking about your wealthy self. You're becoming that self, one conversation at a time. Lesson 8. Words as your creative currency. Every word you speak is a seed planted in the fertile soil of possibility. Just as traditional currency serves as a medium of exchange in the physical world, your words function as creative currency in the manifestation of wealth. Each declaration, statement, and conversation carries investment potential that compounds over time, shaping your financial reality with remarkable precision. Consider how the wealthy approach their verbal investments. They understand that casual conversations about money are never truly casual. They're opportunities to amplify their prosperity consciousness and expand their wealth blueprint. When a billionaire discusses a business venture, they're not merely describing current circumstances. They're actively trading in the currency of creation, speaking new realities into existence through their chosen words. Your linguistic portfolio requires the same strategic attention as your financial one. Just as you wouldn't randomly throw money at investments without consideration, you must become intentional about the words you trade in your daily exchanges. The stories you tell about money, success, and abundance are not mere reflections of your reality. They are powerful instruments of creation that shape your future wealth landscape. The art of using words as creative currency demands an understanding of linguistic appreciation. Like compound interest in traditional investing, the value of your chosen words multiplies over time. When you consistently speak in terms of abundance, opportunity, and wealth, you're making regular deposits into your manifestation account. These verbal investments accumulate, creating a wealthy mindset that naturally attracts corresponding physical abundance. The marketplace of reality responds to the currency of your words with unfailing accuracy. When you declare, "Money flows to me easily," you're not making a wish. You're making a transaction in the universal economy of creation. Each time you speak of your success as a present reality rather than a future possibility, you're engaging in a high-value exchange that the universe must honor. Your word choice serves as the exchange rate between your current circumstances and your desired reality. Premium words yield premium results. Speaking of investments rather than in life abundance rather than enough of wealth rather than money creates a higher exchange rate in the manifestation marketplace. These subtle shifts in vocabulary represent significant upgrades in your creative currency portfolio. The power of story becomes apparent when you recognize words as creative currency. The narratives you share about your financial journey aren't just tales, they're transactions. Whether you're describing past successes, present opportunities, or future aspirations, you're engaging in creative commerce that shapes your economic reality. The wealthy understand this inherently, carefully crafting the stories they tell about their relationship with money. Think of your daily conversations as opportunities to trade up in the prosperity market. Each interaction presents a chance to invest in higher value words that yield greater returns in your manifestation portfolio. When you speak of challenges as opportunities, of setbacks as setups, of problems as possibilities, you're making sophisticated trades that appreciate in value over time. Your creative currency gains power through circulation, much like money itself. The more frequently you speak words of wealth, the more you increase their manifestation velocity. This isn't about empty repetition. It's about maintaining a consistent flow of high-valued verbal transactions that continuously compound your prosperity potential. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to circulate your creative currency and expand your wealth consciousness. The universe maintains a perfect ledger of your verbal transactions. It records every word you speak about money, success, and abundance, and reflects back to you the accumulated value of your linguistic investments. By treating your words as precious currency and investing them wisely in the creation of your wealthy reality, you activate their full manifestation potential and accelerate your journey to financial abundance. Lesson 9. Repeating to rewire. The most powerful transformation of your financial reality occurs through the deliberate repetition of wealth-arranged language. Just as a musician must practice scales repeatedly to achieve mastery, your wealthy identity emerges through the consistent repetition of prosperous declarations. This repetition isn't mere parroting of phrases. It's a sophisticated neural rewiring process that gradually transforms your brain's default programming around money and abundance. Your current financial situation reflects years of repeated thoughts, words, and beliefs about money. These patterns have created deep neural pathways that your brain automatically follows like well-worn trails through a forest. To create new pathways of prosperity, you must intentionally repeat new language patterns until they become your natural way of thinking and speaking. This process requires patience and persistence, but the rewards are transformative. Consider how children learn language through constant repetition and immersion. They don't question whether they're worthy of speaking their native tongue. They simply repeat what they hear until it becomes second nature. Similarly, you must repeat the language of wealth until it feels as natural as your mother tongue. Each repetition of an abundant statement strengthens the neural connections associated with wealth consciousness, gradually replacing old scarcity-based patterns. The key to effective repetition lies in emotional engagement. When you repeat wealth declarations, fully feel the truth of what you're saying. Experience the emotional resonance of being wealthy while speaking your prosperity into existence. This emotional component accelerates the rewiring process by engaging multiple areas of your brain simultaneously. The combination of language, emotion, and repetition creates a powerful catalyst for transformation. Your brain requires approximately 21 days of consistent repetition to begin establishing new neural pathways. However, to truly cement wealth consciousness as your default operating system, commit to at least 90 days of deliberate language practice. During this period, consciously repeat your wealth declarations multiple times daily, especially upon waking and before sleeping when your subconscious mind is most receptive. Understand that repetition isn't about convincing yourself of something false. It's about programming your mind with the truth of your unlimited potential for wealth. Each time you repeat a prosperity statement, you're not trying to believe it. You're remembering what you already know at a soul level. This subtle shift in perspective makes repetition more authentic and effective. Create specific times and triggers for your wealth language repetition practice. Perhaps you'll repeat your declarations during your morning routine, while driving, or before important meetings. The more you integrate this practice into your daily life, the more natural it becomes. Soon you'll find yourself automatically speaking in ways that attract and generate wealth without conscious effort. Track the evolution of your wealth consciousness through your emotional response to repeated declarations. Initially, you might feel resistance or disbelief. As you continue the practice, notice how your emotional reaction shifts from skepticism to acceptance to absolute knowing. This progression indicates successful rewiring of your prosperity programming. The repetition works both ways. Be vigilant about what you repeatedly say about money, even in casual conversation. Each repetition of lack-based language reinforces scarcity programming, while each repetition of wealth-conscious language strengthens your prosperity mindset. Choose your repetitions wisely, understanding that every word you speak is either building or diminishing your financial future. Your wealth consciousness is a garden, and your repeated words are the seeds you plant daily. Through conscious repetition of prosperity-focused language, you're cultivating an abundant harvest of financial manifestation. Let each repetition be a deliberate act of creating your wealthy reality, knowing that your consistent practice is rewiring your brain for unprecedented levels of abundance. Lesson 10. Becoming the voice of abundance. Your voice carries the power to reshape not only your financial reality, but the abundance consciousness of everyone around you. As you've journeyed through the transformative practices in this book, you've developed a new linguistic framework that aligns with wealth and prosperity. Now it's time to fully embody your role as a beacon of abundance in the world. When you become the voice of abundance, you naturally attract opportunities, resources, and connections that amplify your wealth. This transformation goes beyond merely speaking positively about money. It's about becoming a living channel through which abundance flows freely. Your words become seeds of possibility planted in the minds of others, while simultaneously strengthening your own prosperity consciousness. Consider how wealth multiplies when shared through wisdom. When you speak about abundance with authentic authority, you create a ripple effect that elevates the financial mindset of your entire sphere of influence. Your children begin to view money through a lens of possibility rather than limitation. Your colleagues start to recognize larger opportunities in their work. Your friends feel inspired to pursue their entrepreneurial dreams. This magnetic effect of abundance-oriented speech creates a success ecosystem where everyone rises together. The voice of abundance doesn't just speak about wealth, it speaks from wealth. This subtle distinction makes all the difference. When you truly embody abundance consciousness, you naturally discuss money matters with ease, grace, and wisdom. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth or defend your financial choices. Instead, you speak with the quiet confidence of someone who understands the infinite nature of prosperity. Your wealth vocabulary has now become second nature. Words like abundance, prosperity, overflow, and multiplication flow naturally in your daily conversation. You've released the need to downplay your success or apologize for your ambitions. Your language reflects the truth that there is more than enough for everyone, and that your increase contributes to the collective good. As the voice of abundance, you've learned to hold space for both giving and receiving. You speak about money with balanced energy, neither grasping nor refusing, but allowing wealth to flow naturally through your life. Your words create an atmosphere of possibility where others feel safe to explore their own relationship with abundance. You've become living proof that prosperity is a natural state of being. Your influence extends beyond mere financial matters. The voice of abundance touches every aspect of life: relationships, health, creativity, and purpose. You recognize that true wealth encompasses the full spectrum of human experience, and your words reflect this holistic prosperity. When you speak about success, it's not just about money in the bank, but about the rich tapestry of a life well lived. The journey to becoming the voice of abundance has transformed you at the deepest level. You no longer need external validation or proof of your wealth consciousness. Your words carry the weight of lived experience and authentic understanding. You've transcended the need to convince others of abundance. You simply are abundance embodied. This new way of being radiates from every conversation, every social media post, every business negotiation. People are drawn to your energy because you speak from a place of genuine abundance rather than scarcity-driven desperation. Your presence alone reminds others of their own infinite potential for prosperity. Take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. The person who first opened this book has evolved into a powerful creator of wealth through conscious speech. You've learned to wield words as tools of transformation, not just for yourself, but for everyone you touch. You are now the living embodiment of what's possible when you align your voice with the frequency of true abundance.